I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another classic movie review. Today we're going to be talking about yet another western. I know, they never end, there's so many of them. But this is one of the classics. This is Stagecoach from 1939. And this is the first film that John Ford and John Wayne made together. It's one of the most prolific partnerships in all of cinema between an actor and a director. They made, I think, 12 movies together, and this was the first. And for a lot of people, one of the best. So what is Stagecoach about, for anyone who doesn't know? Stagecoach is about a group of people, I think 9 people in all, including the people that actually ride the stagecoach. It's about one day where these 9 people come onto this stagecoach to go to a certain place. However, there's an Apaches around that territory, and they're trying to tiptoe to this place without getting caught in the crossfire. And through this, it's kind of like a morality play. It kind of talks about people's preconceptions about certain different people from the certain walks of life, and how those preconceptions change as they get to know them in this stressful circumstance. And I really, really liked Stagecoach a lot. This is probably the oldest western I've ever watched. It's black and white, but still, the cinematography is fantastic. This is something that's very steady throughout all of John Ford's films, is the fact that his visuals and cinematography are always top-notch. Even in black and white, this film is very beautifully shot, and I really enjoyed it a lot. It has a lot of, not just the frontier lands, but there's some very good shots where he uses shadow fantastically well, and I really enjoyed that part of the film. As I said, I really enjoyed the morality part of it, how characters change their perception of each other throughout the film. And I liked a lot of characters in the film. One of my favourite characters being this doctor, who's a drunkard, and he's exceptionally funny. I really enjoyed his performance a lot. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I know that he won an Oscar for that, for supporting actor, in probably one of the most famous years for movies ever, in 1939. A lot of people call this the greatest movies year ever, with, you know, Gone with the Wind, The Wizard of Oz, and Stagecoach, and films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, all in the same year. Very, very successful year for movies, but Stagecoach, I believe, only won 2 Oscars that year, because Gone with the Wind won 8, so there. Little Oscar tangent there. But yeah, really enjoyed that guy's performance. John Wayne, this is a very young John Wayne, and he's really good, very charismatic in the film, really good in the action scenes. Really enjoyed his performance a lot. There's a lot of other very entertaining characters, and I love their banter and how they mingle together throughout the story. Another thing that I really loved in this film was the action scenes, and you can tell how incredibly revolutionary this film was for action, because the Stagecoach Chase, which I believe is very famous, right at the end of this movie when they get really chased by Apaches, this is incredible action. And I mean, this is, for 1939, you can see so many films that were inspired by this chase, from Mad Max Fury Road, Mad Max Road Warrior, to Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's so many stunts, so many shots that are very reminiscent of those films, and Stagecoach is the creator and really the sort of birth child of these techniques, and it's so brilliantly directed. And to know that this film was so revolutionary for so many films that I love, very interesting. I'm always interested in where techniques were born, and Stagecoach is one of the most important movies for chase scenes, and this is probably one of the best ever in terms of chase scenes. But not just the technical aspect. As I said, this film is incredibly entertaining. It's entertaining as any other western. It's incredibly entertaining, very funny, very humorous. The characters are very entertaining. This is one of John Wayne's first big breaks. This is his sort of role that got him out there and made him a star. John Ford's direction is fantastic. And I really enjoyed the cinematography throughout the film. Overall, I love Stagecoach. It may be slightly dated, it's black and white, quality is a little grainy in places, but This movie is exceptionally entertaining, one of the best early westerns, and very, very revolutionary for the genre. I'm going to give Stagecoach 9.5 out of 10. So there you go, that's my review of Stagecoach, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, and drop your comments down in the section below. What's your favourite western of all time? I've already talked at length about that, and Stagecoach is probably right up there for me. It's just, you know, very entertaining, very solid western that I really enjoyed a lot. So, what's your favourite western? Drop it down in the comment section below. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.